Good evening. This will be the recording considering the revision of grade 5 curriculum this quarter, which will be discussing Scratch software. Scratch software is used in order to build blocks under each other in order to create an algorithm at the end of the blocking. In this video, we will be explaining some of the categories, their usage, some of the blocks under each category, and finally, we will be solving the revision sheet together. Now, let's start this recording by saying what is the usage of Scratch. We use Scratch in order to put blocks under each other. For example, this block, move 10 steps and turn 15 degrees. After doing this, then we will be saying that if we run this together, look what will happen in this screen. We will easily find that after pressing, the Scratch sprite is moving. Okay, so the usage of Scratch software is in order to put blocks under each other in order to create an algorithm. Now, what's important for me right now is to identify the categories and identify the most important blocks under each category. Let's start this by saying the first category we are having is the motion category. Okay, the motion category. From its name, it's very obvious that we use this category in order to use and differentiate blocks to let the cat or the sprite Scratch to move. By the way, this character is called sprite. Okay, this character is called sprite. So in order to let this character to move, we will use the motion category. So the motion category contains blocks under each other is referred to the motion. Okay, so move 10 steps, let the Scratch move. Okay, when I press it, lets the Scratch move. Turn, it will let it rotate. Turn left, it will let it rotate left. Go to a random position, will let it go to the position I will say it on it. Go to X, Y, it will go to the coordinates given from here. For example, this coordinates is 30, 0. Okay, this coordinates is 30, 0. And if I need to go for this coordinate, for example, I'll enter the coordinates given in this block. For example, let's enter 50. Okay, 50 and 50 and 100, for example. Let's see what will happen. Okay, let's enter. The Scratch character has gone here. We're having glide. Glide means that it will go smoothly. Look what will happen when I use the glide. For example, let's glide toward the mouse pointer. Look what will happen to the Scratch. It will move smoothly like this. Okay, let's try this again. I put the pointer here and let's see what will happen. Glide 1 second. Smoothly move the sprite. So glide is used to move. Point direction used to let the Scratch point in direction, I say, with angles. So I will press this, it will point 90. This is the 90 angle. Look at the angles with me. Okay, look at the circle. This is the 90 degrees. This is the 180. This is the negative 90 degrees, and this is the 0 degree. Okay, so this is the angles used in order to make the Scratch animates and point in direction. Finally, we're having change set, the values and the coordinates number. So this was the first category, which is the motion category. The next category is the looks category. Okay, we said in the class that looks category is used to change any size, any shape, any color of the sprite. Okay, so let's start this by saying the first 4 blocks, which is saying hello, thinking for 2 seconds. These blocks is used in order to let the sprite having the thinking or the saying above it. So when I say hello for 2 seconds, look what will happen to the Scratch. It say hello. Okay, think. It will think. So I changed in the look of the size or the Scratch shape. Now switch custom. It means that I will go to the next shape of the Scratch. So look at this custom. Okay, memorize it well. Then we will go to custom number 2. This is the custom number 2. Okay, let's switch back to custom number 1 and look what will happen to the Scratch Academy. Let's switch back. So I change the shape, so it is looks. Next custom is the same as the switch custom. It will go to custom number 2. Okay, now backdrop means the wallpaper of the Scratch sprite. Look what will happen when I change the backdrop. To change the backdrop, by the way, we can add a new character from here. Okay, we can press and choose a sprite. I can add any character I need. For example, let's have the bowl, and I can change the backdrop from here. I'll choose a backdrop. Let's choose, for example, the blue sky. So changing backdrop or next backdrop will make me, if I'm starting up here, okay, I'm having two different backdrops. So if I press next backdrop, it will switch the backdrop for me. Okay. Now changing size, it will let the scratch change its size. By 10, it will increase. By -10, it will decrease. Look at this. It increases. Now let's input -10, for example, and it will decrease again. Set the size, it's the same. Change color and set the color, and anything in the color changing is from the looks category. Let's switch to the third category, which is the sound category. Okay, sound category, it's very easy. It's containing each and every single command used to play sounds, to stop sounds, to change the variable, the volume sound. Okay, for example, playing sound, mew. Okay, mew is meow for the cats, or anything I can change. Starting sounds, stop all sounds, any sounds from the sound category. Changing pitch, this is the amplitude of the volume. Okay, setting pitch effect to 100. I can't change anything of this. Clear sound effects, so any volume and any changing is from the sounds category. Change volume, set volume, and so on. Switching up to the next category, which is the events category, we easily can identify the switch or the events category. We said any block that starts with when it will be the events category. So when the green flag is clicked, when the spacebar is clicked, when the sprite is clicked, when the backdrop switches, anything containing one is from the events. And this is explanation. We can explain this easily. So we say an event is something required for the thing to happen. Okay, I need to go to school, for example, so I will have an event before I go to school, which is the bus will having to take me. So I say, when the bus arrives, I will go to school. When the food is ready, I will have my lunch. So events category, any block that starts with when. Okay. Okay. Let's have the next next category. We will discuss the broadcast next quarter. We don't need this right now. The control, it's very important. It controls the action. It controls the action of the sprite. So wait, it will have the sprite to wait for 1 second, 2 seconds, anything I'll input here. Repeat, it will let the sprite create the motion for the number of times given. Forever, it will repeat the motion, but forever, it will not stop. Let's have an example. I will have a repeat block and I will have a forever block. Okay, let's insert here turn, and let's insert here turn. What will happen? I will not say anything. I will let you see. Okay. Okay. Press here. Look what will happen. If I repeat it 10 times, so it will rotate 15 degrees for 10 times only. Now let's see. Okay, it stopped. Let's see again. It stopped. Forever will not stop eventually. Look at what will happen. It will remain turning at the scratch sprite will remain turning until I stop the software. Okay, so this is the difference between repeat and forever. Now we will have to discuss the if then else or the if block. Okay, and this our final block in the control. If requires me to input an action or to input a condition. For example, I discussed this in the class and they said if the if block means that I will have a condition. If it's correct or true, I will execute what's after if it didn't happen, I will execute what is after else. Okay, now for example, if the weather is rainy, okay, I discussed this in the class. If the weather is rainy, so I will say if the weather is rainy, I will wear a jacket. Okay, so this means that if I wake in the morning and see the weather is rainy, I will wear a jacket. But if I don't see the weather is rainy, I will don't wear a jacket. This is exactly what we do here. We say if anything happen, if this happen, then do the execution. Okay. Else means that if it doesn't happen, I will create what is called by the false condition. Okay. Now let's have an easy example. Okay. For example, let's have The operator category is very easy, by the way. It's containing the mathematical operations that this plus this, minus, multiply, divide, picking random numbers. I am only considering these three as the main blocks in the semester. Okay. Now let's, for example, have from the operator blocks. Operator mean the logical operation and mathematical operation. Any dealing with numbers is from the operators. So let's have greater than. Okay. I will say you what the greater than right. For example, I will do a very small software. I did it in the class. Okay, I would say that let's also identify the sensing category. Before we do this, the sensing category, I don't need anything of this except ask and wait. Okay, ask and wait. Ask and wait block is from the sensing category. It means that it will input. If I input it here, for example, if I press, it will let the Scratch ask me a question, and the different here, because I will be asked, Mr. What's the difference between ask here and in looks? I was also saying, so I can, for example, say, what's your name? Okay, and it will say, what's the difference between ask, what's your name, and say, ask, what's your name, gives you the freedom in order to input an answer here. Okay, say will not input anything. So, for example, I will here say, what's, let's have this copy to be easily. Okay, for example, I will say, what's your name for 2 seconds. So let's have the Scratch here. I pointed direction 90 and we understand the directions. So say, what's your name? Yes, mister. It's now asking, what's your name? Okay, very good, very good. So let's go into the other category. This is from looks category. Okay, thank you, looks category. Now let's ask and wait. Let's define what's ask and wait. I will press, what's your name? Yes, this is the difference. It will have me, it will offer me a toolbar in order to input the answer, in order to input the answer. So what's your name? I will enter my name. Okay, I press enter. So now ask and wait is from the sensing category, is used to input answers or input a different value in the answer. So what do you think the answer will be? The answer will be my name, Mohammed. Okay, so this is the difference between ask and wait and looks category. Now, let's make a software. For example, I will ask the user, what is what's the temperature today? We can say, what is your temperature, for example. Okay, now, upon the answer, I will make a software used in order to let the Scratch either to move if its temperature is not too high, or to stop if the temperature is very high. So I'll ask, what's your temperature today? Okay, let's ask. Okay, my temperature today is, for example, 34.5. So the answer is 34.5. Now, concentrate with me. I'll go to the F category, the F block, which was from the control category, and I'll ask if the answer is greater than any value you will give. For example, let's give 31 degree. Okay, if the answer is greater than 31, let's let the Scratch to move. Okay, if it's not greater than 31, I will let the Scratch to, for example, have the next custom. Anything. Okay, now concentrate with me. The answer is holding the value 34.5. So if 34.5 is greater than 31, yes, so the sprite will move. Okay, now let's try this. Excellent, the sprite have moved correctly. Now let's input another answer. For example, I will enter, let's say 29. Okay, now I'll ask a question. If 29 greater than 31, it's not. So I will not execute this. I will go into the else. Else, next custom. So I will change the custom because the answer is not greater than 31. Look what will happen. The custom has changed. This is the F block, the sensing block, and the operators block concentrated. Now let's switch to the variables block. Variables blocks makes me able to insert a variable. By the way, variable value that is changing with time, a value that is changing with time. So it will enable them to make a new variable. Let's call this variable, for example, grade 5. Okay, variable has been made and it will have a counter in above. This is the value of the counter the value of the variable. Let's do this again. For example, okay, I will delete this. Nothing appears here. I will make a new variable. For example, anything, any name. Okay. I press OK. Look what will happen here. It will have the value 0. Now, set the value to 0 means that I will let the value to 0. Okay, it's 0. If I need to set it to 5, it will immediately be set to 5. Look what will happen. 5 immediately. Okay, look at here. But what will happen if I change the value into 1? This 5 will be changed by 1 to be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. Setting back to 5, it will be 5 again. So the difference between set and change, set is immediately setting the number, change is changing the value incrementally or decrementally. So I can change by -1, for example, it will be decreased. Okay. Now, finally, we have the extension. This is the extensions, by the way. Okay. I will press add extensions in order to insert the final category, which is the pen category. Okay, the pen category contains erase all to erase all the drawings of the pen, stamp, okay, this is stamping, pen down used to write, used to draw, pen up used to stop writing or stop drawing. This is the points I need to discuss. Okay, now let's, for example, try to erase all here, pen down here, pen up here. Okay, and I will move, for example, 100 steps, turn 15 degrees, move again, turn again, so on. Okay, now concentrate with me what will happen. I will do this here once, and I will do the pen up once. Pen down, let's move this software, okay? Look what will happen. Okay, start. Okay, look what will happen. It is drawing a circle. It's drawing what? A circle, okay? Excellent. It was drawing a circle. So a circle has been drawn. Now, let's do this. Let's do this with the pen up. Okay, now let me erase all first. It will erase all the drawing. Pen up. What will happen and what do you consider to happen? I will say the answer and you will understand this. Nothing will happen because pen up, no pens is down. So no draws will be drawn. So no writing will be done. So if I do this, nothing will happen. Nothing will be drawn. The scratch is only moving. Okay, this is the difference between pen down and erase. So these was the categories, or the categories we discuss, and the usage and the explanation. Finally, the revision sheet is only asking, let me share the revision sheet. Okay, it's asking you about some questions. Easily, I'm asking you what is the category of this block, and you are answering this. For example, let's answer together. Software used to build code using blocks is Scratch, for example, of course. Contain motion, events, looks, controls. We said the categories. Place we attach block is the coding area. By the way, the white area we attach block under each other is called the coding area. The sprite animates in the sprite animation screen. We see it rotating, drawing, turning, moving, and so on. We attach blocks to build the script, and the name of the character in Scratch is the sprite. We said this. Scratch is a coding software or attaching blocks or drawing. It's all of them. It's all of them. We attach blocks to code. We code in order to code. With drawing, we can draw using the pen category. Then from question number 8 till question number 37, all of them are explained in the video. Okay, for example, let's have when the sprite is clicked from the events category. We say any when is considered as an event. Okay, wait block is from control. Wait, if, and repeat and forever are from the control category. Okay, that was the explanation of the sheet. Okay, now let's solve the true or false. First of all, we use the pen up to draw shapes. It's false. We use the pen down to draw. To draw the eraser algorithm, we use erase all block. Excellent. It's true because erase all block is erasing all drawings and building the eraser algorithm. Number 3, the only way to draw shapes is using looks category. False. We draw shapes using the pen category. Number 4, we use extension to add up the pen category. Excellent. Yes, we use the extension to do this because it's not initially found. Number 5, to build the script, we use we should attach block under each other. Yes. Number 6, we open the software, we find the pin category initially. False. We don't find the pin category. We use extensions to add this. Number 7, we can't make circles. False. We just done a circle. Number 8, to make sprite go right, we make it point direction 90. Yes, and revise the port of the angles I said in the video. Number 9, one of the ways we use Scratch to make a game using arrows and animating sprite. Yes, we can do this easily using the pin category and using the motion category and the event category. Okay, when the arrow is clicked, when the arrow is pressed, and so on. Number 10, when we use a repeat block for a number of time, the code will run forever. It's false. Repeat is repeating for a number of time, and repeat and forever is repeating this endlessly always. Okay. This was the explanation of the evasion sheet and the coursework. Good luck in your exams, and I hope everyone do well. And thanks for listening. Hope you good luck. Thank you.